And welcome to Baker City, Oregon for the 1A Girls Championship game featuring the number 2 St. Paul Buckaroos and the number 1 McKenzie Eagles. My name is Zach Kinman, sitting courtside for the OSAA Network. Thank you for joining us this evening. The Buckaroos will have their hands full trying to guard the trio of the Harbicks, actually, Taylor, Taya, and Carissa. Oh, and their head coach is the lead Harbick, Darren. Carissa is currently leading her team this tournament, scoring a second best 23.5 points per game. For St. Paul, they're led by more of like a talented group of underclassmen, most notably junior Natalie Stone, who's been averaging 12.5 points per game. The McKenzie Eagles will be starting this lineup. Number 4, Taylor Harbick. She's a 5'7" junior. Number 10, Sydney King is at guard. She's a 5'4" junior. Taylor Harbick is going to be wearing number 12, and she is a 5'8" senior guard. And Carissa Harbick, who we were just talking about, averaging 23.5 points per game this tournament for the women. She's 5'8". She's going to be playing a wing, and she will be playing her last high school game here in Baker City tonight. And then number 24, Michaela Hiddleston. She is a 5'11" junior post for McKenzie. St. Paul will be starting this way. Sarah Pearson, number 3. She's a 5'8" sophomore wing player. And then we have number 4, Tessa Brentano. She's a 5'6" guard. She will be playing her last game, the only senior starter, along with Sarah Davidson, the 2 lone seniors on this basketball team. She's a 5'7" post. Jensen Smith is also another senior on this team. She will be coming off the bench tonight. Number 20, Katie Jo Coleman. She's a 5'7" junior. And then Natalie Stone, who we were talking about. If the Buckaroos play well, it's going to have to start with Natalie Stone. She's a 5'6" junior guard. She will be wearing number 11. McKenzie tonight, as you see out on the floor, wearing black. And St. Paul will be wearing white. Talking to Coach Harbick before the game, their key defensively is to work to make sure that all of St. Paul's players work hard for their baskets. Extremely, extremely talented are the St. Paul Buckaroos. On the other side of things, Coach Murphy talked to me a little bit about before the game, and they have to stop at least one of the Harbicks if they have a chance. Hopefully Carissa, who's been averaging 23.5 points per game, like we said. But listen, this is what makes them difficult. Carissa Harbick's averaging 23.5. Taylor Harbick is averaging 15. She's also shooting 55.5% from the three-point line, which is leading all players so far in this tournament. And talking to both coaches before the game, they are both extremely excited and feel this is the way the championship should be won and should be decided between the number 1 team and the number 2 team here tonight at Baker City. I'm standing right here looking in front of this crowd. We have a packed house tonight as we've had a couple good games so far. Last game, Sherman went ahead and earned the 3rd place trophy after one heck of a game they played in the matchup beforehand. And we're going to get the St. Paul starting lineups now. I've already read those to you. McKenzie will be in black, St. Paul in white. If McKenzie wins tonight, this will be their first ever women's basketball high school championship for the 1A. For St. Paul, they have won it before, but Coach Murphy was gone coached 11 years, took a leave of absence, and this is his first season back. And it's been a good and memorable one, he says, getting to this game. Both teams want this one, and I am highly anticipating one heck of a ball game here tonight in Baker City, Oregon. And with both teams breaking the huddle, we're going to be set here to tip off and to start the final chapter for both teams in their 2011-12 high school basketball seasons. Again, Zach Kinman here in Baker City for the OSAA Network. Pleased that you have joined us, and we hope you enjoy this one. We know that we will. It's going to be Pearson and Harbick, and it's won by Harbick. And McKenzie going on your screen to the right. And the pass is actually thrown away, stolen by Brentano. for St. Paul. Here she is now on the top of the key, trying to get it over to Pearson. Pearson guarded at the perimeter. Currently, McKenzie right now in a zone defense, a 1-2-2. St. Paul working the ball around the perimeter, trying to look for a good opportunity to shoot it. And Brentano holds on the three, drives middle, left-handed layup, no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Hiddleston. Here come the Eagles now. Harbick over to Taya Harbick. Carissa now with the ball on the perimeter. Gets an on-ball screen. 15-foot, decides to bring it back out now. We have a good mix. Both teams have been well represented here today. McKenzie, a 6-hour drive from here. They have their fans, along with St. Paul. Here's Taya Harbick to the lane, and she's fouled. And Taya Harbick's going to go to and the foul is going to be on Katie Jo Coleman, a 5'7" junior. That's going to be her first personal. Taya to the line to shoot two. First one's up, and it is good. First points of the championship game belong to the McKenzie Eagles and Harbick. Harbick knocks down both as she's 87.5% from the line, and it's quickly stolen away by Carissa Harbick, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay St. Paul basketball underneath their own hoop. McKenzie in a full court press. Caught St. Paul on their heels. And here come Stone and the Buckaroos. Stone, left-handed layup, no good, rebounded after it was tipped away by Brentano. Here's Coleman. Over to Brentano. Into the post is Pearson. Pearson misses the 15-foot jump shot, and it's rebounded by King. Here comes Taya Harbick. She wants to push the pace for McKenzie. St. Paul in a man-to-man defense. Carissa Harbick for three, no good. Badly missed and rebounded by Stone. Natalie Stone also averaging 9.5 rebounds per game here in this tournament, currently tied for fifth. And there is Brentano. It looked like she traveled. They're going to call a blocking foul against McKenzie. And that's going to be on Carissa Harbick. That's her first personal, and that's what St. Paul wants. Trying to get the Harbicks in foul trouble so they come out as this inbound pass was tipped away, and it's going to be a jump basketball. It's going to be McKenzie basketball since the last jump ball went to St. Paul, with McKenzie winning the tip. St. Paul in a full court pressure as Taylor Harbick throws it away. Turnover on the Eagles. St. Paul will now receive the basketball at the top left of your screen. There's Brentano. Good defense by the Eagles, still in their 2-3 zone. There's Pearson as she traveled at the high post. Coach Murphy says to calm down. 5:51 left to go in this first period. 2 free throws scored by Harbick to make it 2-0 as Taya misses. And rebounded McKenzie. Carissa now at the top of the key, guarded by Brentano. Here's Taya out on the perimeter, looking for something to go on in the post. She comes off the ball screen now. Good defense so far by St. Paul. Here's Carissa, 15-foot pull-up jump shot. Looked like it was blocked, airballed, but it went into the hands of Taylor Harbick. Carissa for three. In and out, no good, and Carissa's 0 for 4 tonight so far, as she's been struggling to find her stroke from beyond. And it's going to be before the travel for St. Paul. It's going to be a jump basketball, staying with the Buckaroos, as we have some confusion on the floor. Coach Murphy wants to talk to the referee. This is a good time to thank our sponsors, U.S. Bank and Les Schwab Tires, for putting on this state championship tournament here in Baker City. And it's going to stay St. Paul basketball. Natalie Stone inbound for the Buckaroos. Here is Pearson now. 2-3 zone from McKenzie. Clock continues to run. Pearson. Brentanto. Pearson, 15-foot jump shot. Front rim, no good, and it's going to be going out of bounds to McKenzie. Smart play by Carissa. She did not touch it before it went out of bounds, knowing that it was going to be her basketball. And we're going to get a quick substitution. The first substitution of the ball game. Sarah McKay is going to come in for Sarah Pearson. And St. Paul has 3 Sarahs on the team. Sarah Pearson, Sarah McKay, and Sarah Davidson. And it looks like we have a foul called here. It's going to be on Katie Jo Coleman. That's her second personal, as that was before the ball was inbounded. Second team foul. Here's Taya Haybrick, assuming point guard duties for the Eagles. Carissa now on the perimeter. All 3 Harbicks are out there. Taylor, Taya, and Carissa. It's Carissa. St. Paul continuing to stay man. As Taya with a 3-point jump shot. Silky smooth from beyond the arc is Taya Harbick, and she now has all 5 of McKenzie's points. Sarah McKay getting in trouble in the corner. Kicks it out to Stone. Stone throws it up right-handed, no good. It's going to go over the basket. Shooting violation going to go the other way. As we're going to get another substitution come in. Jessica Wilms is going to come in for Coleman, who has 2 personal fouls. Almost halfway gone by is this first quarter. Taylor an inbound. Here comes Taya. Taya is every bit of her 5'8". She is a senior along with Carissa. Carissa Harbick now guarded at the perimeter. She's going to shoot a deep 3. Back rim, no good. Rebounded by Brentano and the Buckaroos. They want to push. Brentano throws it away. And there she is, Taya Harbick with the steal. 5-0, Eagles on top. As it looks like Taya shot it, but I think it was a pass intended for Carissa on a back screen. Taya driving the lane. She goes up left-handed free throw. Laying no good. Rebounded by Hiddleston. Out to Carissa. Carissa now. Taya 3-point jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Sarah McKay. And Coach Murphy wants a timeout. It's only 30 seconds. Which means we're going to go ahead and stay with you. The McKenzie Eagles being led by the Harbicks, both Taylor, Taya, and Carissa. Carissa's struggling so far to find her shot from the perimeter, but Taya has all 5 of her team's points as she went to the line to go 1-1, making both of her free throws, and then she had a 3-point jump shot from the left part of the floor. St. Paul currently trying to figure out how to attack the McKenzie 2-3 zone, as they've only gotten a couple good shots, or a couple good looks and opportunities, but just haven't fallen yet. It's going to be Sarah Davidson to inbound. Here's Tessa Brentano, and it's stolen away by Taya. Taya Harbick to the lane. Good right-handed lay-in. 7, Taya Harbick. 0, St. Paul. As St. Paul having a hard time handling the basketball, it's finally going to go out of bounds as it switched hands between Brentano, Pearson, and Wilms. Brentano's going to come out for Sarah Pearson. It's going to stay St. Paul basketball. McKenzie got the last hand on it. And another turnover for St. Paul as Sarah Davison stepped over the line as she had tried to inbound the basketball. It's going to be a lane violation. McKenzie will inbound it. Carissa Harbick now to bring it up for the Eagles. St. Paul continuing their man-to-man defense. Here's Taya driving right, stolen away by Natalie Stone. Stone, 2-1 pass. It's going up and in for Sarah Pearson. Great pass from Natalie Stone to Pearson as Pearson went up for the lay-in, and she was fouled going to the line to try to convert on the three-point bucket. Really enjoy the way Natalie Stone plays the game of basketball, plays within herself, and finds teammates when they're open, and that just showed right there as the free throw is up and no good. It didn't matter. There was a lane violation on Pearson, but good pass by Stone and good finish by Pearson. Here's Taylor Harbick now to inbound for McKenzie. Crowd wants a 5-second violation, not going to get it. And here's Hiddleston, and it's knocked away, and it's going to be St. Paul basketball. As Sarah Davison was the one to knock it away. Last touched, Eagles. Natalie Stone driving right. Is trapped in a great pass over to Davison. Davison knocks down an easy 5-foot bucket. Natalie Stone, 2 assists so far in this first quarter. 7-4. McKenzie ahead by 3. A little over 2 minutes now left to go in the first. Here's Taya Harbick. Tries to get into the post to Carissa. Carissa, turnaround jump shot, no good. Looked like it was blocked. Here comes Natalie Stone and the Buckaroos. Stone into Davidson, and looks like there was going to be a foul on McKenzie. And it is a foul. It's going to be on Taya Harbick. That's her first personal, third team foul. Tessa Brantano is going to come back in for Jessica Wilms. Stone gets the inbounds, tries to go baseline, and it's batted away. Bad pass there by Stone, and here comes Taya Harbick. Tries to draw the charge, was Pearson, no call, missed lay-in, and it's going to go the other way. Coach Murphy's telling Stone to slow it up. Pearson now. McKenzie still in their 2-3 zone. Good pass into McKay. McKay goes up, blocked. And it's going to be a jump basketball as McKay went up for the left-handed lay-in but was denied by Hiddleston. And there was a fight for the rebound. Going to be a jump ball, our 5th of the game. And it's going to be McKenzie inbounding underneath underneath St. Paul's basket. Kind of a mild full-court press by St. Paul. McKay is guarding Harbick on the full court as Harbick shoots the 3, no good, front rimmed. Looked like it was going to go in, but not enough juice there. Davidson trying to make a move at the high post and traveled. It's going to be the other way. Coach Murphy's looking at her, telling her not to worry. 7-4, 47.6 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Taya Harbick's been the story so far. She has all of the team's points so far, 7-4. Taya gets an on-ball screen, now out to King. 30 now left on the clock. Looks like Taya's wanting to run the clock down, get a last shot. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Taya Harbick out on the perimeter. 15 left to go now. St. Paul still in their man-to-man. Carissa for 3. No good. Rebounded by Stone. With 4 seconds left, she's trying to go full length of the court. 2 seconds now. Here's one. Jump shot's good if it goes. Oh, and just rimmed out, front rimmed. 7-4, the end of the first quarter. We will be back here at the OSAA Network Thank you so much for joining us.
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said, "Go to Les Schwab." When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first relaxation of the vacation. It's nice to be treated like a neighbor so far from home. I'm Clay Gilman, and that's my Les Schwab store.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome back. 20 seconds left until we're going to get this second quarter underway. As you can hear the chants, St. Paul, McKenzie. 7 for McKenzie, 4 for St. Paul. It's been an up and down first half as both teams have been playing very well for their respective teams. The story right now, Taya Harbick for McKenzie is 2 for 8, has 7 points. She had a big time 3 close to the middle of the first quarter, and it looked like it might have been St. Paul's demise as they were down 7, but have battled back to within 3 and have held McKenzie scoreless for the last couple minutes. Here is St. Paul now. Natalie Stone looking for her shot, dribbling right. Looked like she was fouled, no call. It's going to stay St. Paul basketball because Carissa Harbick was the last one to touch it on the baseline. Stone to inbound it. Pearson now out on the perimeter. St. Paul still trying to figure out a way to attack the McKenzie zone. They go from a 2-3 to a 2-1-2. Mixing it up, trying to give St. Paul different looks. It's batted away. It's going to stay St. Paul basketball as Natalie Stone could track it down on the other side of half court. And it's stolen is Natalie Stone's dribble from Taya. And Taya almost got it stolen away, but she regained possession. Taya Harbick trying to run through the offense for the Eagles. Here Carissa. Carissa, jump shot, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it's rebounded by Taylor Harbick, but thrown away. Carissa Harbick is now 0 for 7 and has 2 personal fouls, so not the way she wanted to start her last game in the high school division. And the shot is up, and it is good from Sarah McKay as she went baseline. Good drop step from Sarah McKay. And she's going to go line trying to make it a 3-point play. This foul was on Michaela Hiddleston, the 5'11 sophomore post for McKenzie. Shot is up, and it is back rim, no good. Rebounded by Carissa. Sarah McKay is on the board with 2 points. Coach Harbick telling Taya Harbick what the play is the Eagles get into it. Taya looks for the 3, wasn't there, gets it out to the perimeter to Carissa. Carissa 0 for 7. Good pass into Taylor Harbick. Taylor Harbick, beautiful reverse lay-in from beneath the basket. That was a tough shot from the 5'7 junior. Here comes St. Paul now. 6-9, 3-point deficit for St. Paul. We're down 7 at one point. Stolen away was Hiddleston away from Davidson on the other end. Davidson comes up limping. Hopefully everything's okay on that end. Coach Murphy doesn't seem too concerned as he decides to leave her in. Good pass into Taya to Hiddleston. Hiddleston goes up. Oh, no good. In and out, and it's going to be rebounded by Hiddleston. She's going to go up again and is fouled by Davidson. I think that might have been a frustration foul from the 5'7 post. Hiddleston is going to go to the line now. We want to thank our officials tonight, Paul Bish and Swede Pearson. First shot of 2 by Hiddleston is up, and it is no good. Way left. St. Paul looking for a continued balanced attack right now as Natalie Stone, Sarah McKay, Katie Jo Coleman, and Sarah Pearson have all been playing very well this tournament. All shooting above 40% from the field as the second free throw from Hiddleston was good, and then Natalie Stone traveled as she was quickly doubled on the inbound pass. Taylor Harbick to inbound. The Harbicks are not all sisters, if you were wondering. They were related. They're all cousins. Daughters of the head coach, assistant coach, and a proud parent. Carissa Harbick gets it knocked away. It's going to stay McKenzie basketball. Good hustle by Sarah McKay for the Buckaroos. Taya now, assuming the point guard duties so far. Kicks out to Carissa Harbick. Here is King. McKenzie doing a pretty good job so far of making the ball move side to side. St. Paul has had to work defensively so far. Here's Sydney King to Taylor Harbick. Into the post is Carissa Harbick. Jump shot, no good, but she was fouled by Sarah Pearson. And Carissa Harbick's going to try to get off the schneid here, going to the line to shoot two. Harbick currently 0 for 7, her first trip to the free throw line tonight. First shot is up and good, and that's not good news for St. Paul. As one-way shooters get back into ball games, they're getting easy looks, and there's none easier than an uncontested 15-foot free throw. Second shot is up and good for Carissa. She's been shooting the ball well all tournament long. And once shooters start to see the ball go through the net, she usually will continue to go through later on. Another turnover by St. Paul. They had 8 turnovers in the first quarter and are not making anything easier by continuing to do so this second quarter. Taya Harbick now gets an on-ball screen from King. Carissa on the perimeter. St. Paul continuing to sag off on man-to-man pressure. Sydney King looked like she traveled, and she did travel. It's going to go the other way. And that looks like it's going to be the 5th turnover for McKenzie. Oh, good pass. Wait, a good heads-up pass from Brentano into McKay as they caught the McKenzie defense sleeping. Coach Harbick not happy with his team on that last defensive possession. Looks like McKenzie's continuing to pass and screen away. Here's Taylor Harbick off the pass from Carissa Harbick. No good. Rebounded by Davidson and the Buckaroos. We're in Baker City for the 1A state championship game for the girls division. And the shot goes up from McKay, and she was fouled by Hiddleston. McKay's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And this is McKay's second time going to the free throw line. She has 2 points. Coach Harbick has seen enough defensively. He's going to take a timeout as the Eagles trying to regroup. 12-8. 3:43 until halftime. And Taya Harbick was the story in the first half, has somewhat cooled down so far this second half. Hasn't really been looking for her shot. Give credit to St. Paul and the Buckaroos with their defense. And we want to thank the U.S. Bank and Les Schwab Tires for allowing OSAA Network to be webcast to all of you listeners. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday night watching what so far has been a very good contested ball game between the McKenzie Eagles and the St. Paul Buckaroos. This place is packed here in Baker City, Oregon, with both teams honored to be here in the state championship game. McKenzie wins tonight. It's her first ever. St. Paul has won it before in other sports, but it'll also be their first ever as far as my understanding goes. First shot by McKay is no good. She's now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Second shot is good. She now has 3 points for the ball game. She's 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Taya Harbick trying to set up the offense. Here's Taylor Harbick into Carissa. Beautiful pass from Carissa Harbick into Hiddleston. Hiddleston with a left-handed easy lay-in as Carissa drove middle, drew 2 defenders, and kicked to the post. Hiddleston, who knocked down an easy lay-in. McKay kicking out. Here's Pearson. 15-footer, no good. Rebounded by Brentano and the Buckaroos. Here's Brentano. Jump shot. Rattles home. As Brentano gets her first 2 points of the ball game. 3-point lead by McKenzie. McKenzie going through the Harbicks, who have not come out so far, trying to get the ball into the post. Here's Taya. Gets an on-ball screen. Going left. Taylor Harbick now. Carissa looking for a 3. Here's King. Taylor. McKenzie continuing to run their offense. Time is not a factor for them as Natalie Stone gets the block from Harbick as she goes coast to coast here, and it's knocked out of bounds by Taya Harbick, and it's going to stay St. Paul basketball. And Natalie Stone inbound under her own hoop for St. Paul. Natalie Stone is yet to find her groove offensively as it's stolen away by Taylor Harbick, and it's going to go the other way. You can hear the dissatisfaction from the St. Paul fans on that call. But I always have a saying, refereeing is dictatorship, and, well, we really don't have a choice whether you're St. Paul or McKenzie. It's going to be McKenzie basketball. Inbound to Taya Harbick. Guarded by McKay. McKay's done a pretty good job so far on Taya. As Carissa gets an on-ball screen and roll from Taylor. And it looked like it was blocked. It's going to be a jump basketball. It's going to stay McKenzie Eagles as they are up 14-11. 1:54 left to go until we reach halftime. Carissa Harbick now. 3-point jump shot in and out. No good. Rebounded by Hiddleston. Hiddleston puts it back up. Good defense by Davidson as Hiddleston failed to convert on the bank shot. Natalie Stone trying to find her groove offensively if the Buckaroos have any chance of winning this ball game. And it looks like it's going to stay St. Paul basketball. Coach Harbick can't believe it. And the referee saying he was in perfect position for that one. It's going to stay St. Paul basketball. 1:26 left until we go into halftime here in Baker City, home of the Baker Bulldogs. Natalie Stone, 3-point jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Taylor Harbick. And here come the Eagles. Here's Carissa. Pulls up, she traveled. And it's going to go the other way. Much to the delight of the St. Paul fans. Head coach Mike Murphy trying to get into halftime, close to being tied, if not down by just a couple. Haven't played well all game long, as McKenzie has been getting good shots, just like that one was Taylor, but not being able to convert. Coach Murphy saying slow down. I don't think Brentano, there she does. Brentano finally could hear Coach Murphy scream. And here is beautiful move from McKay. Sarah McKay now has her jersey number in points. That's 5 for Sarah McKay, and St. Paul only down by 1. At one point, we're down by 7. It was 7-0 McKenzie. It's now 14-13 McKenzie, and it's going to go the other way. Carissa Harbick with the personal foul offensive. And that's going to be her third personal. That's a big foul for St. Paul, and it may be even bigger for McKenzie, as they're leading scorer is now going to go to the bench and has to play with 3 fouls starting in the second half. Coach Murphy wants the last shot of this quarter. 10 seconds left. Here's Natalie Stone. Over to Brentano. Natalie Stone almost gets it knocked away, as King thought she did. King has been playing extremely well defensively for the Eagles. Here's Davidson inbound for St. Paul. 6.5 left. Natalie Stone driving baseline. That's going to be McKenzie's 7th team foul. Natalie Stone's going to go to the line to shoot a 1-on-1. She's going to try to make it a 1-point lead for her team going into halftime, as there's 4.7 seconds left. But what I learned from the 3rd and 5th place game, anything is possible with any time left to go on the clock, as we had a 3-quarter court shot go in. And was called good, as Natalie Stone gets her first points of the ball game with her first free throw going in. It's now tied at 14. Second shot is no good, in and out, and it's going to be McKenzie basketball with 3.6 left to go until halftime. St. Paul, full court press, get into Taya Harbick. Taya Harbick now looking at the clock. 3-point shot from half court. No, it would have been good if it went in, but it was a little too late as the clock hit 0. It's 14 apiece. What can you ask for? Can't get much better than this. Halftime at the 1A state championship for the ladies, 14 all. We'll be back here shortly on the OSAA.
If you've stopped saving, let us help you start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow from U.S. Bank. Save a little every week with every purchase, every paycheck. Watch your savings grow. When you reach $1,000, you'll earn a $50 rewards Visa card. Earn another $50 when you keep it for a year. Save for a wedding day, a family, or your house. Just start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Whenever you're on the camera, I assume it's on. Until I see you move away, I say pull the tape out, I figured it was on.
Then you're okay. Yeah, but you're still streaming.
Oh, okay, cool.
You're supposed to stop streaming and halftime out. So see, your face is still going around the world right now. You're just not on tape. Turn the audio down.
And welcome back to Baker City, where we're about to start the second half. It's tied at 14 between the McKenzie Eagles and the St. Paul Buckaroos. Quickly going to go over some stats with you. It's been the story right now. Taya Harbick versus Sarah McKay. They both have 7 points, but Sarah McKay has been a little bit more efficient from the field as she's 3 for 5. Meanwhile, Taya Harbick is 2 for 8. Taya had all 7 of her team's points at the end of the first quarter, but since then has failed to find the bottom of the net from the field. For St. Paul, they're looking for Natalie Stone to have a big second half. She only has 1 point, averaging close to 13 and about 12.7 for the tournament. She's 0 for 4. If you're McKenzie, you need Carissa Harbick to find her stroke, as she's 0 for 8 and 0 for 5 from the 3-point line. She does have 2 points when she went to the foul line. The final chapter of the season for both the McKenzie Eagles and the St. Paul Buckaroos is going to come down to these last 16 minutes. We're tied at 14, folks. You couldn't want a better storyline for this. The 1A State Girls Championship is going to come down to these last 2 quarters. Here come the Buckaroos now. Tessa Brantano. She has 2 points and 4 rebounds, and she's going to be the point guard right now, as Natalie Stone has been looking for her shot offensively, not been able to find it. Give credit to the McKenzie defense. Here's the shot by Sarah Pearson, no good. And it looks like it might have been kicked, no call. Rebounded by Taya Harbick, and then they're going to call a jump ball. Taya was not happy because she thought that she ripped it away, and before St. Paul got the hands on it. Either way, it's going to be jump ball arrow going to McKenzie. So McKenzie will now be going to the left of your screen. Here is Knight. Her first shot of the ball game, no good. And she goes up. She cannot connect. Taylor Harbick has missed a couple of those bunnies. Just about those 7 to 5 footers. That's her third miss. That's a big 6 points her team has not had, as the Harbicks have been struggling from the field so far. I saw Taya come out at the end of halftime trying to find her shot, as one good move from Katie Jo Coleman in the post, and she missed her first lane, got the rebound, went up and got fouled now. And going to the line to shoot for the 3-point play. We're going to get a substitution in now. Here comes Samantha Winningham in for Michaela Hiddleston, who has 4 personal fouls. And also coming into the ball game as Knight comes out for the Eagles is Buggy Hiddleston. She's a freshman, a 5'6" freshman. And it looks like Michaela Hiddleston is a little bit upset. She went to the sideline not happy. And there's going to be a foul called as a couple players hit the deck. Here is Carissa Harbick was the one who got trampled over. It's going to be a personal foul on Sarah Pearson. That's her second of the ball game. And they must have that wrong because on my stat sheet I have 3, so it must be wrong on the board. 16 to 14, 2-point lead from St. Paul's. They were one time down 7-0, but have battled back. Taya Harbick, good pass in from Taya Harbick. As Samantha Winningham converted as a big-time screen and roll from the junior. She was rewarded. Jump shot by Coleman, no good. Here comes Taya. Excuse me, that's Carissa. We have 3 Harbicks out on the floor. Taya, Taylor, and Carissa for the Eagles. Carissa's 3-point jump shot, no good. And a fight for the rebound. Who's going to come up with it? And it looks like it's going to be Winningham. And they're going to call a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. Full timeout for Coach Harbick and the Eagles. And we're going to stay with you. Still tied at 16 as we have gone a couple minutes in this second half, as both McKenzie and St. Paul would reach their first 1A championship trophy for the girls state basketball in the 1A division. St. Paul have been carried so far by Sarah McKay, and Taya Harbick had 7 in the first quarter, but has gotten a little bit cold from from the field, and especially beyond the arc, as she went 1 for 1 and then went 0 for 3. And she's going to look for her shot. Carissa Harbick at halftime was 0 for 8 with only 2 points, and she's been averaging a little over 23 for the tournament, so some frustration beginning to set in for the Harbicks. And we have quite the fan base for St. Paul and quite the fan base for McKenzie. Taya over to her cousin Taylor. Taylor getting into Winningham, and she's quickly tripled. Winningham up with the left-handed lay-in, and it's good. As Samantha Winningham has just basically come into the ball game and infused some energy into her teammates. She's got 4 points now. Good pass in from Stone as Coleman was fouled, and she's going to go to the line. I really, really like the way Natalie Stone can play the game of basketball. She plays within herself, doesn't force anything on the offensive end, and plays pretty good defense. And she's really been the catalyst of getting her teammates involved, as she has 3 assists to go along with 4 rebounds. So doing it on the stat sheet other than just points. And if you look at their out there on the floor, she has a kind of a quiet, calm demeanor, but if you know anything about basketball, the quiet and calm ones are the ones you have to be worried about. And Natalie Stone may just be waiting for her opportunity, that right window, to begin scoring for St. Paul. 18 apiece, 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. Taya Harbick, now here's Taylor Harbick. Into the post is Winningham, that's Carissa, and she throws it away. And another turnover for McKenzie. St. Paul's done a pretty good job so far getting hands in the passing lane and trying to disrupt the offense of McKenzie. And Coach Murphy not happy right now as Sarah Pearson threw it away. And he's telling Sarah Pearson to attack the defense, not to be on her heels. McKay is going to come in along with Knight. He's going to come in for Hiddleston. Buggy, the freshman, for McKenzie. Coach Murphy decided to take Pearson out. Just wants to talk to her. She's going to go back to the scores table to come back into the ball game. It's Taya Harbick trying to get her teammates involved. She begins to cut the lane now. If I'm Taya Harbick, one of the things I need to do is I want the ball in my hands. I want to make sure I attack the basket and I try to get to the free throw line for easy opportunities. She's not really doing that right now as Coleman comes out for Pearson. And we're going to get another substitution. Peace Shepard will soon come into the ballgame for the first time for McKenzie. Getting back to Harbick, though. Harbick needs to get to the free throw line and try to get to that bucket. St. Paul's done a very good job defensively. Has a great pass from Natalie Stone in to Sarah McKay. Natalie Stone now has 4 assists to go along with her 4 rebounds. And I just can't say enough good things about Natalie Stone, who offensively knows that she is not shooting the ball well, so she's been able to do other things to impact her team in a positive way. That's rebounding, giving her teammates the ball in positions enough to score. And here she is coming across on help defense for double teams and forcing the turnover. Great play by Natalie Stone. Those are types of things that aren't necessarily going to show up in the stat book. Peace Shepard comes in for Knight. 2018. The largest lead of the game was 7 for McKenzie. St. Paul has the largest lead of 2. It's been a good game so far. Both teams playing extremely hard, and have been looking to find their stroke from beyond the 5-foot area. It's going to stay going to say St. Paul basketball. And I don't know if I attribute that to more of a championship jitter or just both teams are very good defensively. Either way, ball's not going in the bucket. And we're going to get a foul called as Brentano is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Coach Harbick's not happy because Brentano looked like she was passing. And I think the referees are going to meet about this. And if it was a passing attempt, then it's going to be out of bounds. And the referees decide it was a shot, so it's going to stay Brentano for 2 attempts from the free throw line. Coach Harbick still not happy or not even accepting of the explanation from the referees. First shot is up and good. Now a 3-point lead, the largest for St. Paul. Second shot is up and it is also good, as Brentano just stepped up and knocked down a couple free throws. Harbick trying to find lane. Here's Carissa. Carissa Harbick, back rim, no good. Fight for the rebound. And it's going to go against Winningham, and she can't believe it. Winningham going to be called for clearing out defensively. She's not happy. Coach Harbick's not happy. McKenzie's not happy. I'll tell you one team that is, though. That's St. Paul. They're going to get the ball now. As here's Stone quickly doubled on the perimeter. McKenzie upping their defensive pressure as Taya Harbick forces the steal. McKenzie was in a 1-3-1 defense, and Taya was wreaking havoc up on the perimeter. Here's Carissa. Carissa and 1. Good pass from Taya. Taya's pumped up, wanting to get back in this ball game, and Carissa now has 4, her first field goal of the game. She's going to go to the line, try and convert on this 3-point play, make it just a 1-point lead. As St. Paul was late on the help defense. Carissa cannot convert. Dribbling baseline, trying to get it in. McKay, good pass, good catch. Out to Pearson. Pearson no good. Rebounded by Sarah Davidson. She puts it back in the cup. And as St. Paul continues to have an answer for McKenzie offensively. Good defense so far by St. Paul. They've been remaining to stay in man-to-man defense. Here's Taya. Taya off the side of the backboard, and it's going to be a jump basketball. And it's going to stay, I apologize, it's going to be St. Paul basketball. Taya Harbick leading the full court pressure from McKenzie. We're just under 2 minutes left to go in the third period. Taya Harbick bats it away. And it's going to go the other way now, as St. Paul has been plagued by turnovers all game long. Taya Harbick doing it both in the first quarter offensively and since then defensively. Here's Taya to the rack, right-handed lay-in, no good, but they're going to call a blocking foul. Taya Harbick's going to the line. Fans don't appreciate the call. I think it was the right call, but then again, I'm up here talking, not down there. We're blowing the whistle. Taya Harbick now going to go to the line to shoot 2, as she has not scored since the first quarter when she had 7 straight points for her team. Shots up, and it is nothing but net from the senior, trying to bring home a state championship, the first ever state championship for her McKenzie Eagle basketball team. Taya has played every single second of this ball game. She knocks down both and gets on defense to full court press. McKenzie's in a 1-2-2 zone defense. Here's Harbick applying defensive pressure. Brentano trying to get into the post. Here's Coleman. Coleman, 15-foot. Nope, she passes it over to McKay. McKay has been the story so far as she's having the game of her life here in the state championship. Sarah McKay had 7 at halftime. She now has 11 for the ball game. I shouldn't be surprised as she's shooting 50% from the field this tournament. 6 of 12. Not forcing anything offensively, just taking really good shots when they present themselves. Carissa Harbick now teeing up for 3. Shots up, no good. Rebounded as McKenzie continues to send offensive rebounders to the boards. Here's Taya. Taya, no good. Another offensive rebound. Some fans want a 3 in the key. They're not going to get it, as McKenzie still has the basketball. Here is Carissa Harbick. Good left-handed layup from Carissa Harbick. St. Paul fans wanted 3 in the key, and then also a clearing out offensive foul from Winningham. They're not going to get either. And it's batted away, jump ball. And it's going to go to McKenzie. 5 seconds left in this third quarter. St. Paul up 2, 26-24. In what's been one heck of a ball game. Here's Harbick now. 3 seconds. She's going to shoot it. Shots up, and it is no good. It would have been good if it went through. 26-24. We'll be back here to start the fourth quarter of this State 1A championship game between McKenzie and St. Paul.
We were driving from Portland to California for a bike race when a tire went flat. We limped into Les Schwab, but it was closed for the night. Hoping for some good Les Schwab mojo, we began changing it ourselves. Just then, John appeared and reopened the store. He quickly assessed that all the tires were about to go and got us a new set so we could make the race. Super John deserves a medal for rescuing our road trip. I'm Kim Brown, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome back here to Baker City, Oregon. We're about to start the fourth quarter of a 2-point ball game. It's not going to get any better than this, folks, as both teams looking for their first 1A state championship for the girls' side of basketball. And it's going to come down to these last 8 minutes. Can the Harbicks for McKenzie battle back offensively to try to erase this 2-point deficit? At one point, we're up by 7. And then can Sarah McKay keep pouring it on for St. Paul, as she's been the story with 11 points, leading all scorers, and more importantly, leading her team to a 26-24 lead going into this fourth quarter. We want to thank U.S. Bank, Les Schwab Tires for their generosity in sponsoring this tournament. Harbick now has been playing extremely well. Taya, has been. She now has 7 steals for the ball game and just 3 turnovers. Here comes McKenzie. A little bit of urgency offensively now. Taya Harbick, 15-foot jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Winningham. Winningham can't put it back in the net. And here come Brentano and the Buckaroos. Brentano, right-handed lay-in, no good. Good defense by Taylor Harbick. As you can begin to sense a little bit of tenseness from the crowd here with 7 minutes left in deciding the state championship. Carissa Harbick, deep 3. It's going to go in. And that's not a good sign if you're St. Paul, because when Carissa Harbick starts hitting and knocking down shots, it's going to be a long night. 27-26. Lead goes to McKenzie. Coach Murphy's seen enough. He wants a full timeout. We are going to stay here. 27-26, McKenzie with a 1-point lead. Carissa Harbick entered tonight's game averaging a little over 23.5 points per contest. Tonight she only has 9, and she's struggled for those 9, but if she can erase all that, she's currently 3 for 13 from the field, 1 for 10 from three-point line, but she's going to forget it all if she can will her team back to a state championship And meanwhile for St. Paul, Sarah McKay has been the story in the stat book. 5 for 7 from the field. She didn't start. She has 11 points so far. But let me tell you this, Natalie Stone, I've been impressed with her all game long. She is currently 0 for 4, 0 for 2 from three-point land from the field right now. She's only 1 for 2 from the free throw line. But here's what makes her different. She currently has 4 rebounds and 4 assists to go along with 3 steals. Most scorers on high school basketball teams shut down if they're not going to be able to score offensively. Natalie Stone has done the opposite. She's getting her teammates involved, good passes and good locations, and playing defense. And one thing I've seen from Natalie Stone all game long is her head has never dropped down in being negative with her performance. She can eye, and she can sense, and she can feel that state championship only 6 minutes away. She's going to do everything she can these next moments, trying to solidify her team's first state championship. Here's Coleman into the high post. Brentano. Stone. Coleman, 15-footer. Good from Coleman. She wanted a foul, not going to get it, but it went through anyway. And we continue to go back and forth here at the packed house in Baker City, home of the Baker Bulldogs. Carissa into, beautiful pass. As Hiddleston, Michaela went in, and here comes Carissa Harbick with the steal, left-handed laying, good. And there's a 4-point swing, 4-0 run right now, and another turnover. Taya over to Knight. Knight wants to bring it back out. Taya's going to tee up a 3. The shot's up. Ooh, front rim, no good. Rebounded by Stone. Big time rebound from Stone. Crowd can't believe it. It's going to be McKenzie basketball. And these last couple possessions for St. Paul haven't been smart ones, as they're down on a 4-0 run right now due to 2 turnovers, back-to-back turnovers. As Carissa Harbick for 3. Good shot from Carissa Harbick as she walks back with a smile on her face. She's found the stroke. Not good for St. Paul right now. St. Paul, another turnover. It's a 7-0 run. Coach Murphy wants to take a timeout. We're going to maybe take one with you. I don't know here. We're going to see what it is. We're going to stay with you. Full timeout by St. Paul. And a 1-point lead for St. Paul has turned into a 6-point deficit as McKenzie's been on a 7-0 run due to the back-to-back turnovers by St. Paul. And it's been an unraveling these last couple minutes. Coach Murphy trying to rally his team, telling them to be calm, be confident. You've gotten here so far to this final round. You're only a couple minutes away from winning the state tournament. Don't throw it away on a couple bad possessions. And the game is all but over, but St. Paul has to regain their composure. If you're McKenzie, you're extremely happy that Carissa Harbick has been able to find her stroke, as she has 5 of the 7 points that McKenzie scored in the last 2.5 minutes of the ball game. One coming on an easy left-handed lay-in, the other on a wide-open 3-point bucket, nothing but net. And I'll tell you what, I've been extremely impressed with the Harbicks coming out at halftime. All 3 of them were shooting like it was a practice day, trying to get a sweat, getting game speed shots. And that's turned out to be beneficial right now for Carissa, who struggled all game long, but has been playing well in the clutch, and that's all that really matters so far. Here's Taya. She's going to tee up for 3. Shots up, in and out, and it rattles out still. And we're going to get a rebound. It looked like it was going to go to Jessica Wilms, but there is Taya Harbick, who got in there, got a hand on it, and it was last touch St. Paul. Taya, in my opinion, has been the player of the game and probably the player of the tournament. And she's been playing extremely well, handling the point guard duties. Her job first is to facilitate, but she's been having to score in order for her team to win. Had the first 7 points and then has been playing extremely well defensively. Has Taya. She has 8 steals, along with a couple assists to go along with only 3 turnovers. And a controversial call gets some boos from the crowd as Brentano comes in for Wilms, along with Knight coming out for Peace Shepherd. We're not done yet. Here comes Sarah Pearson for Coleman. Coach Murphy's seen his team up by 3 and now down by 6, trying to get a defensive stop. But that probably should have been over the back in my opinion, but no call, sorry. We're going to stay here. Here is Peace. Harbick now on the perimeter, looking for a shot. Good pick and roll from the other Harbick, Taylor. Taylor's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And Coach Murphy's still not happy, as he feels he's been cheated out on a couple of these calls. And he might have been right on that one. Taylor Harbick. Shot is up and good. It's now an 8-0 run for McKenzie as King comes in for Peace. McKenzie just 4.5 minutes away from the state championship. Good rebound by Natalie Stone as she out-battled Harbick for the rebound. Taya, that is. And almost a steal from Taylor Harbick. Good defensive pressure on the perimeter by the Harbicks. Here is Stone trying to find her jump shot. 15-footer, no good, airballed. And Coach Harbick telling Taya Harbick to run the offense. 3:50, almost done. Here's Carissa. 10-0 run now for McKenzie. And the game starting to unravel for St. Paul. Pearson stuck. Over to Brentano, into the post, but it's batted away. Another turnover maybe. Oh, good catch by McKay, and there she is going to the line again. Sarah McKay with 11 points. Having a chance to stop the bleeding for St. Paul as McKenzie is on a 10-0 run, and that is going to do it for Michaela Hiddleston, as she now has 5 personals. And that's one of the things I love about high school basketball is the emotion that all these players play with. Hiddleston going to the bench in tears, knowing that she gave it all to her team. Coach Harbick goes over there, gives her a hug, and teammates there to console her. She's only a sophomore. She will be back, but has played one heck of a game for her team, as she has 9 rebounds for McKenzie. Here's McKay, first shot, and it rattles home for her 12th point of the ball game. Please stick with us. Right after this game, we will have the state championship for the men, as it's going to be between McKenzie and Horizon Christian, the number 2 versus the number 5 seed in the tournament. McKenzie now turns it over. Good hands by Brentano. Brentano out to Pearson. St. Paul has to hurry now. Just 3 minutes left to go. Down by 7. Stone. Skip pass over to Pearson. It's no good. Turnover. And its 7-point lead looks a little larger with only 3 minutes left. Here's Taya Harbick. She really wants that championship, going out as a senior and being called the best 1A girls team in Oregon. Coach Harbick talked to me before the game. It would mean everything for his community, the small town of McKenzie, to come away with this state title. So appreciative of the fans and the parents of his ball club. Here's Taya Harbick now, 2:40. Almost got, or excuse me, 2:40 left. Here's Carissa Harbick for three, a deep three. No good, off the front iron, and it's going to be St. Paul basketball. Coach Harbick not happy with Carissa, saying that Carissa bailed out St. Paul because the clock is McKenzie's enemy right now. St. Paul wants to run it down. And we're going to take a quick timeout here. We'll be back with 2:30 left to go in the state champ.
If you've stopped saving, let us help you start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow from U.S. Bank. Save a little every week with every purchase, every paycheck. Watch your savings grow. When you reach $1,000, you'll earn a $50 rewards Visa card. Earn another $50 when you keep it for a year. Save for a wedding day, a family, or your house. Just start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank.
And welcome back to tonight's State 1A girls basketball matchup between St. Paul and McKenzie. McKenzie up 7 with just a little over 2:30 to go in the ball game. And it has been one heck of a ball game. If you're just joining us, St. Paul, McKenzie going back and forth throughout. And McKenzie have just gotten the better of St. Paul these last 3 minutes. Kind of been wearing them down offensively. And Carissa Harbick has found her stroke from beyond the arc. Here's Brento into McKay. McKay going up, no good. Rebounded and put back by Davidson. She's going to go to the line. Try to make this a 5-point game with just 2 minutes to go. And again, we want to thank U.S. Bank and Les Schwab Tires for their generous sponsorship of this OSAA State Championship Tournament. Davidson's first shot is good. And this game is just going to get that much more interesting as this clock begins to tick down and St. Paul's point total continues to tick up. Second free throw, no good, but great hustle by Pearson as she forces the jump basketball. Just a 6-point lead for McKenzie with a little over 2 minutes left. Taya Harbick quickly doubled, gets it over to Taylor. Taylor's the only Harbick that's an underclassman. Pearson talking with the referee. She thought that it was McKenzie who last touched it. It's going to stay McKenzie basketball. Here's Carissa Harbick, and she's hacked. Good foul, though, I believe, by Sarah Davidson, making Carissa go to the line and shoot two, earn them. And it stops the clock if you're St. Paul. The gym is beginning to continue to get filled. I didn't know any more people could fit in here. But the state championship for the boys are coming up right up next. As there's people waiting to get into this gym. Both free throws barely rattle home for Carissa Harbick. She'll take them either way. Back to an 8-point lead. Here's Coleman. Good shot. Excuse me, that's Davidson. My apologies. Davidson, 15-foot. Got ice water as that was a tough jump shot with lots of pressure. Nothing but net for Sarah Davidson. The senior, 5'7", doesn't want to go out like this with a loss, doing everything she can to bring a state championship home to St. Paul. And here's Harbick running the offense. Carissa now. McKenzie very methodical in their offense, running the clock down. Coach Harbick for McKenzie is going to call a timeout. And we're going to take one as well here on the OSAA Network. Zach Kinman will be back for the...
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said, "Come on in." They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we are back. Just over a minute left. A 6-point lead by McKenzie. And if the first 3 quarters are any indication of what's going to happen these next minute and 11 seconds, it's going to be a tight one to decide the 1A Girls Championship here in Baker City, Oregon on the OSAA network. Zach Kinman, thank you for joining us. I want to give a big thank you to Chuck Cathcart and Dan Dusty Parnell for their camera and graphics work you see on the television screen or computer screen. Depends if you have a smart TV, I guess, but we do appreciate your viewership. The Harbicks running the timeout, and they're going to get a foul called on Pearson. Carissa Harbick's going to go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. And into the ball game comes Katie Jo Coleman, and out comes Sarah Davidson, who's played one heck of a ball game. She has hit timely buckets and has gotten big rebounds for her squad. Coach Murphy's going to keep her in, as it's going to be a substitution. And she's going to come in for Sarah Pearson. And if you're St. Paul, you need to make sure that you foul, but foul the right ladies, as Carissa Harbick has hit all 4 of her free throws this quarter. St. Paul needs to get quick buckets and to get timely stops in order if they have a chance to come back. They're down 8, 41-33. Here's McKay going into the lane. She's fouled, no call though. And it's going to stay St. Paul basketball. I thought she was fouled. But then again, refereeing is not a democracy, but more a dictatorship. And one of the reasons I'm up here calling the game. We do appreciate Paul Bish and Swede Pearson for their contributions in officiating tonight's game. And here's Taya Harbick, and it's going to be a jump basketball. Coach Harbick on the sideline was jumping up and down, wanting a timeout. He didn't get it in time. It's St. Paul basketball with 37 seconds left. Looking like McKenzie might walk away with this 1A state championship, the first in school history for the girls. And their men will be playing right after this, looking for their first boys championship. Here's Brentano, throws it away, and that might do it. Carissa Harbick, and she is fouled by Coleman. Carissa Harbick's going to go to the line as the McKenzie faithful are up on their feet. 22.8 seconds left. And Katie Jo Coleman is going to come out. She has 5 personals. She's a junior. She will be back as the St. Paul faithful also get up and applaud Coleman's efforts tonight. Here is Carissa Harbick, the senior, at the line. First shot is good. It's the first smile I've seen out of Taya Harbick's face today as she looked up at the clock. They're up 9 with 22.8. Second shot is good. Now they're up 10. McKenzie leaning on the Harbick trio. All cousins growing up together, playing basketball together, and winning a state championship together under the coaching of Dad and Uncle Harbick on the bench. The first in team history. And here come the plethora of subs for both teams. St. Paul are going to bring out their 5 starters and recognize Tessa Brentano, Sarah Davidson, Jensen Smith for St. Paul and their contributions as seniors. Taya, first shot, no good. And here come the subs for the teams as the state championship will belong to McKenzie. The 1A 2011-12 Girls Championship. Hard fought by St. Paul. And what a good game. They've just been battling back. A lot of respect for Coach Murphy and his squad. Here comes Taylor Harwick, the player of the game in my opinion. Gives her family a hug on the bench. As it's 10 seconds now, all the hard work, the effort, the sweat, the tears poured into this effort. And it's going to be an offensive foul. As Buggy Hiddleston, the freshman, tried to go coast to coast off the steal. Only 1.9 left. Coach Murphy continuing to coach hard. McKenzie, ladies and gentlemen, will be your 1A State Girls Oregon champions. McKenzie High School 2011-12 1A Girls champs. And that's one class act right there, ladies and gentlemen. McKenzie boys who will be playing right after this, coming to congratulate the ladies. And what a hard-fought match between St. Paul and McKenzie, with McKenzie led by the Harbicks, both coaches and all three players, your 2011-12 OSAA 1A Girls Champions.
If you've stopped saving, let us help you start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow from U.S. Bank. Save a little every week with every purchase, every paycheck. Watch your savings grow. When you reach $1,000, you'll earn a $50 rewards Visa card. Earn another $50 when you keep it for a year. Save for a wedding day, a family, or your house. Just start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank.
And welcome back. For those of you just joining us, McKenzie is your 2011-12 OSAA state champions, with St. Paul going home with second place. And we're going to go quickly over the stats as you see the trophy presentation ahead of us. Carissa Harvick had 22 points tonight, 6 of 18. She didn't have any to start the second half, and Taya Harvick had 10 to go along with the 7 steals. For St. Paul, Natalie Stone struggled all game long. The junior who's led the team so far only had 1 point, much to the credit of McKenzie's defense. They were led, St. Paul was, by Sarah McKay, with 13 points to go along with 5 of 8 shooting. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, Zach Kinman, here on the OSAA Network for this championship game. Please stick with us, because right after, the boys will be playing. So long from Baker City.